John May, General Manager of Petrale Roofing, up on another customer's roof doing a free 21-point inspection. If you'd like us to take a look at your roof, give us a call today, 719-375-8773. We'd be happy to take a look and see the condition of your roof. Petrale Roofing, we're a Diamond certified TAMCO installer, which means we can offer a industry-leading 25-year workmanship warranty to give you peace of mind in the storm. Call Petrale Roofing, 719-375-8773. Schedule your inspection today.
Good morning, crew. It is Friday. It is a beautiful start to the day in southern Colorado, and I am in the backyard. This is the Peaks to Plains backyard. It is provided by F&B Landscaping and Hydrix Colorado Tree Farm Nursery. And mornings are going to be better to do things outside, certainly than the afternoons here into the weekend. It is going to be a hot one. This is Mornings with Meister. Thanks for joining me here. It is a great day. I've got the American Dream. It is a new roast from American Classic Coffee in my mug this morning. It is delicious. You should try it out. Brand new roast. I love it. I think it's fantastic. Tammy's saying hi this morning. Clinton's checking in from Chaffee County, so I see you guys out there this morning. And thanks for starting your day here with Peaks to Plains weather. Let's talk about yesterday, because we missed out on heavy rain like in most of the metro area, caught some on the south end. But in the Pikes Peak region, where we had some rain, it was pretty decent. Some of us got over a half inch of rain. Some of us were up around an inch of rain. So it was another day where the storms that were the stronger ones out there were putting down some good water. We caught some of those in the vicinity of Canyon City, off to the south, and a couple different storms hitting the Aspen Acres fire yesterday. We had 2 separate flash flood warnings. Good news, though, is I didn't hear any reports of anything significant regarding ash flows, debris flows, or mudslides or anything like that. So to get water on the fire is really, really good news. I'm looking forward to their update this morning. Some of that rain was more than a half inch on parts of the fire. Then we had some stronger storms that were kind of rolling across the eastern plains and a little swath from southeast Pueblo County all the way out toward Kiowa County, toward northern sections of Bent and Prowers County, where we got some good rain as well, with what were a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings that we had out east. Towner on the state line did get some hail right around 2 inches in diameter, so that's about the size of chicken eggs, and that'll get your attention for sure. Most of us not getting hail, although these storms did produce some gusty wind. A couple different reports over 60 miles per hour across Kiowa County. Outside this morning, though, like I said, it's really, really nice. It's still going to be humid today. We've got dew points in the upper 50s and 60s, not only over the plains, but the mountains remain pretty high, and we still have the monsoon in the vicinity. It's going to be with us through the weekend into next week. It's just things shifting a little bit regarding where the storms are going to be, and we'll talk about that coming up here in just a little bit. We are as warm as 68 this morning in Lamar on this map, and as cool as 52 in Gunnison. You get high up into the mountain areas, we do find some 40s way up high, up above tree line. We have some 30s out there, but it's a really, really comfortable start to the day, so that's why I thought I'd take the backyard opportunity to kind of wrap up the work week here. South Academy in Colorado Springs, the sun is out. We are sitting at 64, humidity sitting at 69%. It was higher this time yesterday. Denver, if you're traveling up to the Mile High City today for business, you'll have no problems. It is going to be really hot in Denver. This weekend will be in the triple digits. Pueblo West this morning, it's a nice start to the day, currently running 65 degrees. And I thought I would take us up into the mountains of Colorado, because at Vail here, looking at the Gore Range, a couple little clouds hugging some of the peaks this morning. But as we look at our short-term forecast, that is where the storms are mainly going to be here heading into the weekend. So the monsoon going to impact the mountain areas more than the eastern plains, certainly here as we head into the weekend. So let's talk about that, because the high's been shifting a little bit here over the last 24 hours. And as it moves closer to us after being off to the southeast for the last few days, the storms that we had over the plains yesterday are going to take a little bit of a break and the temperatures are going to come up. As we widen the view, you can see where the wave is from yesterday. It's still got some showers and thunderstorms with it this morning off to our east. And behind that wave today, we're going to have a little bit more of a stable atmosphere over the plains. That's why I don't think a lot of us are going to catch storms today. But you can see there's still some clouds over Utah this morning. That is associated with the monsoon plume that is kind of trapped underneath this high. It's not as thick the next couple of days as it's going to be next week. That'll increase our storm chances again for areas east of the mountains finally when that happens. And so this weekend we'll kind of keep things anchored to the higher terrain. And we start to get hotter today. Today is not as hot as what we're going to have Saturday and Sunday. So if you need to do something outside in the afternoons and you're somebody that needs to avoid the heat, this is the day for you, even though more of us will make it to around 100 over the plains. Colorado Springs, we're in the 90s today. Denver into the upper 90s, and our mountain areas get a bump on the temps today as we get back into the upper 80s, even though this is where I do expect some storms. And so as we hit the early afternoon, you see them developing over the mountains of Colorado. And notice that some of them have some yellows and some reds in there, especially anything that can form or move into the foothills along the eastern slopes of the Rockies. We have those higher dew points than we've got over the mountains. And so there's a little window where some of the heaviest rain may be today. And you can see that SkyCast is picking up on one of those over the Rampart Range of El Paso County and Douglas County as we move into the late part of the afternoon. Can't guarantee that will be there, but that's an area to watch as we move through the late part of the day. And then anything trying to move east of there will be weakening as it moves off of the foothills. So we may catch something up over Black Forest, around Elbert in Elbert County, the north sides of the Colorado Springs area, in fact anywhere in the Colorado Springs area, but the likelihood of seeing heavy rain will be into the foothills and then areas farther to the west. And we'll keep some storms around into the evening, things gradually winding down after the sun goes down. I think in some cases it'll take until past midnight to finally get rid of the clouds, and I think we'll keep some of them around into early Saturday. So we'll again watch the Aspen Acres burn, we'll watch the Willow fire, we'll watch the other fires across Colorado, because anything over the mountains through the weekend is not going to move too fast, and it still has enough water that it could easily put down more than a ½ inch of rain. So we'll have to watch those very, very closely for some flash flood warnings as we head through our weekend. But the bigger story, especially east of the mountains this weekend, is the heat. Look at this for Saturday, 105 in Lamar. Pueblo will be above 100. You get into Colorado Springs, we're talking mid-90s, around 100 in Denver, and still in the mid to upper 80s for the mountain valleys, and then getting a little bit cooler as you go up in elevation, but still dealing with the chance of storms over the mountains here through the afternoons. And given the clockwise flow around that high that's in the vicinity, I can't rule out a couple things trying to move east of the mountains, but like what I showed you for today, they will tend to weaken as they do so. Now up across Denver and Fort Collins, if you're heading up there tomorrow, storms may be a little bit stronger, but anything moving over the Palmer Divide will be kind of losing some oomph. That said, I can't rule out some pockets of some moderate rain as we hit the late afternoon and early evening, and then we'll see things kind of decrease. You see farther south and east you go, nothing this weekend for us, which is sad because we're the people that need the heat relief. But if you're in the upper Arkansas River Valley, a chance of storms. If you're over the Sangre de Cristos, a chance of storms. I just think the heaviest stuff, for the most part, as a generality through the weekend, is over and near the mountains. But we'll watch northern Colorado tomorrow and maybe parts of the Palmer Divide. Sunday is the hottest day. I got 110 in the forecast for Lamar. Not as hot in Pueblo, close to records, not at them in the cities, but we haven't hit 110 so far this year in Lamar, so that is going to be some really, really hot stuff with humidity, like oppressive heat. And mountain areas still flirting with 90 over the weekend, and you guessed it, on Sunday, still the chances of some scattered storms with some heavy rain. So Debbie's asking about Buena Vista for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Well, Debbie, we've still got the monsoon around. In fact, it'll be thickening up into early next week. We'll talk about that when we come back. You are on Peaks to Plains Weather. This is Mornings with Meister on this Friday.
Emergencies are unpredictable, but you don't have to be unprepared. Peak Alerts sends you targeted emergency alerts in real time for the places that matter to you most, so you know what's happening and what to do next. Know first, act fast. That's the power of Peak Alerts.
Employee pricing is over, but at Phil Ford in Motor City, American value still means something. Colorado's best season, Phil Long's biggest discounts of the year, 0% financing, no payments for 90 days. And I'll throw $1,000 towards your down payment. Plus, get a complimentary 2-year premium maintenance plan.
That's the Phil Long way.
We'll beat any deal by $750, and we'll prove it only at the original Ford store in Motor City.
For over 20 years, my family, like so many of you, has proudly been part of Broncos country.
Every season, we feel the energy, passion, and commitment that defines this team.
And now we are honored to be the official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos.
Ramos Law. What makes us different makes us better.
Locally owned Empire Roofing and Restoration has been repairing southern Colorado for over 30 years, and it's not just roofing. We'll repair and remodel almost anything, including siding, decks, garages, and more. Call Empire Roofing and Restoration for a free estimate.
All right, if you are just joining me, I am in the backyard. This is the Peaks to Plains Weather Backyard, as made possible by F&B Landscaping and Hydrix Colorado Tree Farm Nursery. And I've been working so much. I've never worked so much in my life since starting Peaks to Plains Weather here. And so when I can do something in the backyard, have dinner back here with the family, it is really, really nice. One of the things that F&B is really, really good at is if your yard, if you've got a 30-year-old house, something built in the 70s when Colorado Springs was kind of growing, they're really, really good at coming in, kind of breathing life back into the space and, working with you on what your budget is for the design that you want. And so to have the running water for me is just something that I've dreamed about since I was a little kid. So I recommend them. Tim and the crew are excellent. Okay. Let us break down now the extended forecast, and I'm going to start off with the water vapor. This is a tool that we use to show us where, especially this time of year, the monsoon is thicker. So you can see associated with the wave yesterday, there was a nice pocket of moisture that moved through the area with that. And so you don't see the enhancement of the colors indicating that there's more water in the atmosphere over Colorado and Utah compared to that wave. And if you look down to the south over the Gulf of Baja and Baja, Mexico, there's some thicker water down there. That will eventually get here as we head into next week. Doesn't mean that the monsoon is gone. It just means that we don't have as much water around as we had the last couple of days, like you can see with that wave that I highlighted there. So one of our stories through the weekend is with a little bit less moisture around and the high moving kind of back overhead, or at least in the vicinity of Colorado, because it's still going to wobble around on a daily basis, is the heat I showed you through the weekend. We keep that around into Monday, and then by Tuesday over the plains we'll get a front to come in underneath the high. That will sort of enhance low-level forcing up against the mountains, pull the temperatures down just a little bit, and up our storm chances. So as we look at the large-scale pattern here through the weekend, you can see the bump in the black lines. You can see where the jet stream is up across the northern tier of the United States. You can see where the high is centered over eastern Colorado, where we are going to have the hottest of the temperatures. And on the west side of that, we're still dealing with storms over and near the mountains. Again, anything moving off of the mountains will be weakening. But we hit next week and the high shifts west a little bit. We start rotating things under that high, and we really start to watch the chance of storms increasing for areas east of the mountains as we move into next week. And that'll be good news, because after how hot it is this weekend, we need that. Now, those of us that haven't had the rain, it's been feast or famine out there. We still have deep drought, and it is still very dry. So the places the last couple of days that got some rain, I know you're thankful for that. If you're somebody that missed out, I really hope that next week we can get you some, because I know that we all need it here, and we'll keep working on our fires. I saw a post from the Custer County Sheriff There were several fire starts that occurred in parts of Custer County that crews really quickly got to. Lightning started those fires. So there's a double-edged sword with those being around. I mean, we need the water. We don't want fire starts, so that's something we'll have to keep an eye on. So as we move through the weekend atop, by the time we get to Tuesday, that's the day I'm eyeing for temperatures to pull back a little bit, start to up the storm chances and kind of keep them around when I look at the large-scale pattern through next week. Mountain areas, we have a chance of storms around every day. It doesn't mean that you'll get one every day, but it does mean that it's certainly a possibility. Something we'll keep our eye on. Our temperatures will cool back some next week as well. And I think by the time we hit Tuesday, Pueblo, parts of the plains here, we're looking at the chance of storms also. So you can drill down on the forecast for where you are in the Peaks to Plains weather app. You can do that anytime you need it. Go in there, customize the features in the radar, because you can turn on lightning. You can turn on notifications if you want to know when there's lightning in the area. You can turn that off if you don't want it. If you want to know when there's heavy rain in the area, we can send you a notification for that as well. So get in there. It's the top right-hand corner where you can kind of do all of the customization. On the weather map, it's in the bottom right-hand corner where you can customize everything. So thanks for starting your day with me here on Peaks to Plains Weather. Clinton checked in earlier and said happy Friday from Chaffee County. Clinton, thanks for doing that. I always appreciate you tuning in, my friend. And before I go today, I want to give you a personal invite tonight. Peaks to Plains Weather is really proud to be a community sponsor of Parks and Recreation Month in Colorado Springs. And tonight, this afternoon, this evening, on the northwest side of Colorado Springs at Pinyon Valley Park, the city of Colorado Springs is hosting music in the park with the Sofa Killers. There will be some giveaways. There will be about 6 food trucks there. The event officially kicks off at 6 o'clock. There's a kids kickball game that the kids can sign up for. The city will be running that on the little baseball field that's there. The Sofa Killers will start playing at 6:30. I'll be out there. Mrs. Peaks to Plains will be out there with the Peaks to Plains weather tent. We're going to have a green screen set up so you can try your hand at doing weather. That'll be really fun. I can help you customize the app. It'll be really, really great. And so we would love to see you out there again. Sofa Killers from 6:30 to 8:30. Come out, have some dinner, have a lawn chair. I will do my best to send the storms away. Cass says, happy weekend. It is going to be a happy weekend, Cass, as long as you don't mind the heat. Here's hoping that you catch a storm over the mountains, because I know, like I said, we all need the rain. That's it for Mornings with Meister on this Friday. Thanks for checking in with us. We're always taking care of you 24 hours a day. Please download the Peaks to Plains weather app. Do me a favor. Tell 3 people about Peaks to Plains weather today. We would appreciate it. Have a good
We don't know what the weather is going to be like around here. I do get really anxious during storms.
That's why they chose HailGuard. When performance leads, confidence follows. Backed by the first and only asphalt shingle system with a hail warranty.
That just gives us more peace of mind.
This is the only asphalt product on the market that has the manufacturer warranty targeting the hail damage, and it gives me a lot of confidence as a contractor.
Engineered for enhanced impact performance. Built to protect homes and reputations. HailGuard shingles. Built for hail.